Past the hour this morning, the repression in Venezuela is escalating as the regime of Nicolás Maduro says it has arrested a fourth U.S. citizen yesterday over what they claim is a plot to kill him. It comes as Maduro clings to power nearly 2 months since the disputed election, despite evidence that he lost that election in a landslide. The UN now warning the regime is committing human rights violations, and those violations have intensified, reaching, quote, unprecedented levels of violence. Since the vote on the 28th of July, at least 25 people have been killed, more than 2,400 have been arrested, including over 100 children. Joining us now, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. Maria Corina, thank you very much for being with us. I know that your situation is very complicated. It gets more complicated by the hour. Where do things stand for you right now?
Thank you so much. This is a very important opportunity for us to convey to every single democratic citizen in the world the fight we are giving in Venezuela, because as you said, we won by a landslide almost 2 months ago. And every single person that was involved in the election and the structure to defend the vote and prove our victory today are either in hiding or in exile, under asylum or in prison. It has been a brutal wave of repression of the regime, but they have not managed to suffocate our forces. On the contrary, every day that goes by, Maduro is weaker. Every day that goes by, we are stronger. Our people are willing to fight, not only here, but around the world, because they understand the importance that freedom for Venezuela represents, not only for our country, but for the region and for the security, national security of the United States as well.
You spoke to U.S. Secretary of State Blinken yesterday. What was that conversation like?
We had a conversation with the Secretary of State, Edmundo González Urrutia, the president-elect, and me. It was a second conversation we had in these days. It was clear the support the United States gives to the struggle of the Venezuelan people, the government, as well as the Congress. Everybody knows how we won and how Maduro pretends to hold power by strength. That is not going to happen. Maduro has to be held accountable for every single crime he has committed. The cost of staying in power by force has to increase every day that goes by. We need actions on the international justice dimension, also on diplomatic actions. It is important for Maduro to understand that every day his position will be weaker, he will be more isolated, and that the international community is committed to act in favor of the Venezuelan people and defending our right to be free and to respect popular sovereignty expressed on our votes.
Maria Corina, oftentimes words can be cheap. They can cost very little, but action is more complicated. What action are you calling for?
First of all, we need, as you say, concrete and urgent actions. Every single perpetrator of these crimes against humanity, that even the fact-finding mission of the United Nations yesterday presented their report in Geneva and show the cruelty with which Maduro is acting. Those perpetrators need to know that they will have consequences, individual consequences, because this sends a message to those that the regime is pressing to go further in violations of human rights, not to do it. At the same time, this regime is involved in illicit activities, in drug trafficking, in smuggling, smuggling of mineral that several minerals that Venezuela has, and many other criminal activities from which the regime gets the resources. There has to be an approach of law enforcement towards this regime. We've seen some assets and some vessels being intercepted related to drug trafficking by several countries in the region. That has to go further so that the regime understands that the region as a whole will support Venezuela's right to move into freedom because of one thing. and this is very important to say, Mario, migration has already increased dramatically from before the election to what we're seeing right now. Just in the border with Brazil, before the election, it was 50 people a day. Last week, we had days of peaks of more than 800 Venezuelans crossing the border towards Brazil. This is a disaster for us. That is precisely what Maduro wants. He wants to see millions of Venezuelans fleeing, and this would be obviously very destabilizing for the region.
Maria Corina, I'm just wondering, Venezuela has the largest oil reserves on the planet, extraordinary amounts of gold and minerals, and you just referred to some of them, and yet the country is immersed in poverty. How do you, Maria Corina, fight against a regime that has all the money in the world and is able to buy, rent, and influence friends all over the place? How is it that you can have any hope of succeeding?
It is a very, very hard struggle. We've been doing it for 25 years. And lately, the only thing I've heard is that it was impossible to defeat them. It was impossible to bring our country back together, to bring back hope. A year and a half ago, they told me it was impossible to carry primaries, independent primaries, organized by the people, without money, without media, with all the resources of the government against us. Then they told us it was impossible to have an election and that we wouldn't be able to register our candidate, and we did. They told us it was impossible to win, and we won by a landslide. And then they told us it was impossible to prove Maduro's fraud. And we have the voting tallies. We digitalize them, we put it in a web page, and the whole world now knows that we won. Maduro has been totally delegitimized, and he's isolated more and more, even by those that used to be his allies in the region and further. Certainly, we're in a fight where Russia, Iran, terrorist movements, the drug cartels, the Cubans are all involved supporting Maduro. But he has lost all support he had on society and even on those structures that used to support him. I'm talking about the police and the military, middle and low ranks. So this is the moment in which we need to put more and more pressure until a point where the cost of staying in power is higher than the cost of leaving power. That is the moment in which he's going to sit down and negotiate with us the transition to democracy.